Welcome back to Hannity. Now, earlier today, the House passed a continuing resolution which funds the government for another 6 months, but I think that might have been a mistake. I believe that in order to successfully repeal and replace Obamacare, House Republicans, they need to take a stand. And earlier, I sat down with columnist, author Ann Coulter to talk about my idea, but she didn't agree with me. Watch. And joining us now, the one and only Ann Coulter. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
You killed it, as always, at CPAC. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, there is some concern among Republicans over the issue of health care.
Yeah.
All right, so Paul Ryan comes out with a budget. I'm glad we're going to balance it in 10 years. A lot of things I like in there. Still has growth. Liberals can't say you're cutting because we're increasing spending every year for 10 years. All right. Now, they want to repeal health care. The problem is it's not going to happen through the Ryan budget. That means the House Republicans, they've got to hold the line and be willing to, quote, shut down the government and deal with the president demagoguing.
Huh. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
We're going to disagree. I like this. You know, but Ann, we won't get to a balanced budget unless we get rid of this monstrosity.
I agree, but I think what we have to concentrate on is winning. I mean, as the last series of elections have shown us, passion and principle is great.
But that's passion and principle.
We need to win elections, and that's how you actually change stuff. And we're not, I mean, Obama is not going to sign the repeal of Obamacare. And I was working for the U.S. Senate after the 1994 election because I thought things wouldn't change if real right-wingers didn't go and work there. And I remember what happened. I mean, things were going gangbusters. First Republican Congress in 40 years. We cut taxes. That was what gave us the magnificent economy that Clinton brags about, and yet that government shutdown at the end of 1995, the Republicans' first term there, it really, really hurt Republicans because it looks like we didn't care about the things that weren't being.
Wait a minute, they still hung on to the House.
Deficit.
They hung on. They won. They won. And not only that, that's how we got to a balanced budget.
It hurt us. It hurt us trying to push other things. And this is repealing Obamacare. Yes, keep talking about it. Yes, keep putting it in. But the idea of shutting down the government unless Obama signs a repeal of Obamacare, I think, isn't going to work.
But that's symbolic. That means we're not. That means Obamacare will never be taken out.
No, I'm planning on winning the Senate back in 2 years.
But on health care, what you're suggesting is the Republicans only do the symbolic vote to repeal, but not really take the stand to do it.
I think shutting down the government would not.
But we're not going to shut down the government. That's Obama's line.
No,
Obama's going to say
it shuts down the government. You're just saying it doesn't ruin our credit rating. And the Medicare payments still go out.
Well, and Social Security and our military keeps functioning, and we'll still have $2.7 trillion to spend.
At some point in the next 3.5 years before the next president, not 4 years.
Well, you need the president to sign it your way.
Okay, but he's not going to sign it. So the government is going to shut down at some point during that 3.5 years. It's symbolic, and ultimately Republicans lose and they look impotent.
But you're risking something here, and this is what I think you're missing. You risk, once this new entitlement is entrenched and fully implemented, it is nearly, as you know, impossible.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that is what I was the most worried about, that it would be like Social Security and Medicare, and we're never going to
get rid of it.
We didn't get Romney in. I am now reconsidering that position because Obamacare is turning out to be such a disaster. Everyone's insurance payments are going up. Do you know that free Obamacare appointment you get with your doctor? If you go in, all they can do is ask you if you speed or have a gun at home. But if you say, I'm here for my free, Obama appointment, and by the way, what's this rash? Sorry, you have to make another appointment. I mean, there's just so many things, and nobody can deal with it, and all the forms you have to fill out. I think Obamacare is not going to be like Social Security.
No, this is going to be the DMV. I mean, on steroids.
Right.
On steroids.
Right.
And except there's
it's going to cost
things that are more important.
And people, the recollection of what a half-decent functioning healthcare system is still in people's memory. We do have to win in 2014, and we have to win in 2016, which is why I think Republicans should be focused like a laser beam on nothing but getting elected, putting Democrats in the position which they fall naturally into, of defending criminals, of defending high spending, of defending these silly government programs to study the sex habits of gophers.
I want them to win, too, but I think the single best thing they can do to energize the base and energize their voters is to take a stand against Obama. Why do you think everybody was celebrating Rand Paul? Because he took a stand. He stood up.
No, I'll tell you why.
That's why.
Because the mainstream media agrees with him on drones. Unlike me, I love drones. I think they should be used for stop and frisk. Code Pink was with Rand Paul, and
stop and frisk. You want to just listen? Under those circumstances, you're going to be the one that gets hit with the drone. I mean, you'll be the number one target.
No,
Ann Coulter loves drones. Stop and frisk her. Boom.
Home break-in in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It'll be fantastic. Anyway, I love drones.
You're crazy.
So did Code Pink. So did liberals. That's why it was covered so much by the media. That it got coverage. We can't get coverage. We are up against.
If we don't do it now,
media.
we'll never get rid of it.
One half of one branch of government. I disagree with you, and I think it would make Republicans look bad and make it harder to win in 2014, 2016.
I don't know if I like it better when I agree or disagree with you. We'll let the viewers decide. Anyway, Ann Coulter, always good to see you.
Good to see you.